Hey, how's it going? It's Clever Sausage, and I'm just on YouTube looking at a debate that we live stream between Captain Tazariak, as they say, versus Battle Truth, when two worlds collide. Okay, unfortunately I missed it on July 9th. I was doing something else. Yeah, so I'm looking at it today, listening to what they got to say, right? Because House of Consciousness, yeah, real interesting stuff. They got different people on there, have debates, like the Hebrew Israelites jump on there, ISUPK, whatever. This guy here, Tazariak, different people, right? And they have their battles, and some get really offended, like the Black Jesus, stuff like that. Because the award was taken off them for what was it? Debater of the Year, like Sarnita. Well, it appeared not to be knowing what he was doing, awarded it to Polite. First to what's his name? The Lock. Oh my gosh, Shaka Amos, right? Who couldn't turn up or didn't turn up for whatever reason, and then he got upset via phone line to Sarnita and said, "Hey man, blah blah blah." She says, "Well, you didn't turn up, man." She says, "So I awarded it to Polite, right? Who never turned up for it anyway." And then he gave it to Black Jesus, right? And then he had a debate between him and Polite, Black Jesus and Polite, and he lost. So Sarnita, well, according to Sarnita, because he's the host of the show, right? He says, "You lost, and I've awarded it to Polite, right? Debater of the Year, whatever the award was, right?" So he got all upset, He's like, brother, that sort of stuff. Yeah, he's got some good points, but he's got some silly points. He like makes mistakes. Well, to err is human, and that makes you human if you make a mistake. But to forgive is divine. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Right? Yeah, so you just come up with some outrageous stuff. They all do, right? It's all like promoting their belief system, their perceptions, their opinions and their views, right, and what they believe to be true. It's what they believe to be true from their book, according to their perspective, their opinion, their view, their understanding, right? So let's have a look at this. Okay, there's a small introduction, because they're waiting around for someone that didn't turn up. Apparently, will come on here.
You know how many people waiting on this shit too, man?
Yeah,
Pastor Bennett, everybody, man.
Oh, they was looking forward to this?
Yeah, man.
Like, he's not Christian or anything like that, so yeah, he's the host of the show. He can swear, cuss, whatever words he said, like he just said there, right? Okay, gets into it a bit further on, 5:27, something like that, right? Because, here, where he's rocking to his music, right? But that's just banter between two men, so, take it either, If you get all upset, hurdy-wordy over it.
Now?
Coming up.
I see you rocking to my shit.
See? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just banter between two men getting on, right? Yeah, so, nothing to really get upset over. Yeah, unless you're a hardcore Christian, like, oh, they're swearing, It's just how these people talk,
This just the beat is on. I'm just
I know. Man, knock it off, man. All right, so okay, so today supposed to be the debate with Captain Tazariak and Battle Truth. For some reason, I'm unable to contact with him. He should know the date. This is the time. Battle Truth, he ain't coming through. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if he's ducked out. I don't know if he's just...
We skipped to about 5:29. I think you see something in there.
I don't ask me which side of Chicago.
Oh, he went to Chicago for some reason, teach some classes.
I can't tell you the side, but I can give you the address in 1 second.
But it's what he got up to. That might put off some people. Religious wise.
bear with me a second. 938 East 79th Street in Chicago, Illinois. So I was able to teach class out there. The brothers treated me real good, man. They know I like scotch. They bought me a real good scotch.
Scotch.
One of the brothers, Ribs, bought me a...
Yeah, well, that's what they do, right? You know, you want to hold it against them, or you don't want to hold it against them, you know, because the Bible actually says refrain in the Old Testament, refrain from strong drink, you know, because it's something to do with vipers and snakes, you know, and all this sort of stuff. Yeah, well, that's what these guys do. That's their thing, right? Okay, but you know, God says, "Be ye holy, like He's holy." Does He drink scotch? I don't know. Jack Daniels, I don't know. You know, but you know, it's a principle of it. If you're going to say I'm a holy roller, you know, keep away from the strong drink according to the commandments. If you're following every word of the Bible, of your Yahweh, Elohim, whatever, you know, whoever, Yahoo, Washi, whatever you want to call it, you know, you've got so many different names out there. But yeah, if you're okay, let's say for example, if you're coming at me with, you know, all this, right? Some guys do on YouTube, right? And they say, oh, blah blah blah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, and blah 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 blah. I'm a black Jew, original Jew. You are not. You're a Gentile. You don't know nothing. You don't know Hebrew. I do. You don't. All that sort of crap. You know, I follow the word of God exactly. Bull. You know, if you're drinking hard scotch, right? You know, on a regular basis, aren't you breaking a commandment? Refrain from strong drink, unless that in the Hebrew or even in English is telling a certain person to stay away from it because it's a problem to him, right? A problem to him, right? In that era, okay. But obviously, it didn't have scotch, yeah. But there was beer. Egyptians made beer and strong drink and all that sort of stuff. But God forewarned these so-called Jews, Israelites, you know, refrain from strong drink because of what it did to people like Herod. You know, he was a fat drunk, you know, like on the wine all the time apparently, and you wake up in the morning you got headaches like snakes bitten you, vipers bitten you, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I think it might be in Proverbs. It's all over the Old Testament somewhere, you know. Go look at it yourself. I could post up those verses under the video. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Carry on here.
A horn to drink out of with a holster for it. Made some food.
So they treating your ass like you the general a little bit. They treating you like you up in rank now.
No, because they would do that. You know, any brother that comes from out of town, like that type of hospitality is always done. Especially my quad does a great job. Like he has a gift that when you come in town, he wants you to know, you know, you're a brother in the school, you're a sister in the school, you're gonna get treated a certain type of way. Like my quad is known for doing that, man. It's an excellent brother. Like brotherhood is something I don't see in a lot of places. To me,
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, I understand what he's talking about. You know, it's that brotherhood there, and you know, they show them with gifts, whatever. Not because he's at the top there, you know, second from the top or third from the top, but because he's part of that ISUPK, that school, right? So they're honouring him. It's a brotherhood thing, and that's what he said. You know, he's never seen a brotherhood of any sort of organisation like that, which is a good thing, you know. Brotherhood, loyalty, you know, united in one purpose and all that sort of stuff. Exactly what this dude's saying, right? Captain Tazaria. Yeah, I'll go with that.
that I consider genuine, meaning like it's consistent all the time. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah. Yo, talk to me about passing the torch. When does General Yohana know when it's time to sit down? Like Minister Farrakhan, I think Farrakhan should have been passed the torch. And, you know, just appointed someone. Don't wait until you die and then have your crew in the house fighting over who gets leadership and stuff like that. It's powerful, like when you come up and you make a whole announcement and you say, well, this is my next commanding soldier and, you know, my commanding soldier that's going to take over. When do you think it's time? And of course, you won't say ain't never time for it.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
When
no,
do
I
you
ain't gonna
think
say
it's time
that.
for the general to
that.
say, you know what, let me pass the torch?
Well, what I'm gonna tell you is that that's already established in the school. Like you see how I said, like when Farrakhan or Muhammad passed away, it was like this fight for power. That's
Right.
because they don't have a structure or order about themselves. So in ISUBK, we already know who comes after Commander Jenny Holland, and who comes after him, and then who comes after him, and then who comes after him. There'll be no fight for power because we already have the ranking structure in place already. So Commander Jenny Holland is not present. The highest ranking man is the one that speaks. That's how it always goes. And if he's not present, the highest ranking man after him. So that's been established. That's already established. So we don't have to worry about no passing of the torch. Commander Kenyatta gonna teach till he ain't got no breath in his lungs. Just like
Yeah, that's a good concept. I'd go with that. Yeah, you got to have that structure, right? You got to have those that the one at the top, the founder of it, then the second in command, then the third in command. Just in case the first one dies suddenly, you got a second one that takes over, right? And he lives on, and he dies suddenly, well, you got a third one. It's all structural, right? But yeah, I believe that like the people have got to have a say as well. You know, it's not just them. It's only them and them alone. You know, let the people have a voice, right? Yeah, let the people speak their mind, think for themselves, speak their mind, give their opinion, views, perspective, or understanding, whatever, right? You know, because the only way they're going to really learn it and know it is if they're allowed to learn it and know it. You know, you know, like and express what they think. Okay, are they for that, or they're against that, or they see some holes in that, or they see truth in that? You know, yeah. I mean, if you're claiming equality, brotherhood and sisterhood, whatever, in your organisation, then that's what it should be, right? Total equality, right? But yeah, have some sort of structure so that, like, you know, if there's a bunch of feminists in there and they decide to take over, and you know, and men have to be subservients, and that's not you know, not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be equal or whatever, right? Shared, whatever, you know. Then yeah, do it like that, right? So some of them will say, "Oh yeah, but women were never allowed to talk." But if you look at the ancient manuscripts, original manuscripts, even those Gnostic ones, yeah, women had some position in some places, right? But it's just Paul, Saint Paul, right? He says, "Oh, you know, they can't speak in churches, they can't, you know, give a message and all that sort of stuff." They have to be submissive. They have to sit down and shut up, you know, like shut their mouths, and then they go home and they ask their husbands questions, right? And the husband answers it because God is the head of Christ, Christ is the head of man, and man is the head of woman. Okay, so yeah, a lot of women say, "Oh, that's sexist" and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it is because it was a male-dominated world. You know, if the world is saying, you know, they got the quote, "All men were created equal," yet not all are equal. You know, be it the black race or woman. You know, yeah, they don't have the same equality. It's always one under the other. It's always been like that, you know. Except what I read about a few times about ancient Egypt, I heard polite saying about that. That women are like considered as goddesses, you know, because they're the life giver. They bear the child. They have the pats with the special milk in it, specifically for that child. No other child, right? Or the children that they bear. I read somewhere else that I can't remember her name. Egyptian queen, or was it Hypatia or something like that? One of those Egyptian queens who had to go to Rome to sign some contract, but they didn't believe that woman had the power or the right, weren't allowed the right, had the authority to sign a contract, right? It had to be a man. So she took a servant along with her, right? And he signed it for her. And she got around there, you know. Yeah, a lot of these religions are saying, "Oh yeah, we honour the woman and all that sort of stuff," but she's got to walk 10 feet behind us with her head bowed or something, you know, with all these veils on her face. Fair enough, I understand that because, you know, it stops other men looking there going, "Oh," you know, all that sort of stuff, because it's their wives and they don't like that, whatever, right? But to throw a acid covered hanky in your wife's face, right, the one you profess to have loved and you married, right, because you think or you assume that she's been playing around, or your father-in-law or your father, right, her father-in-law tells you, I think I saw her talking to another man, you know, so I think she's an adulteress, stick with them, making up all these assumptions, right? These lies. And the poor woman can't defend herself, right? There's like 2 or 3 against 1. So she gets Sharia law, put buried up to here, whatever, rocks chucked at her head, or acid hanky thrown in the face, or taken around the corner, head chopped off. What kind of religion is that? If that's what happens. Okay, that's today's version, right? Because if you go look at Roy Casagrande and his video Rise of Islam, being a professor of political science and whatever, got the degrees, whatever, the doctorates, he'll tell you a completely different story about a Muslim imam or leader called Omar. It sounds like he was a really nice guy. Like they went to attack the Romans, I think it was, at Jerusalem. And they were itching to slaughter them, every single one of them, because of 100 years or whatever of them killing their people, right? Raping and killing their women and people and whatever, right? So they're hell bent on revenge. But this Omar says, no, we don't do that. We're not like that. Okay. We'll, let some of them go, but they have to carry the gold, no carts, all that sort of stuff, So he goes with some captain, I can't remember his name was. He's walking along, he's talking, and he's like something about a horse, and he's got the servant on the horse, and they share it because he can't. Well, camel, that was it. Can't afford a camel, right? And then they're talking. We'll go and pray. You pray, and I'll pray in my church, and you can pray, your prayers, whatever. Your style, I'll do my style. And this Omar says, oh no, because then the people, they want to take it over, destroy yours or take over yours and make it a mosque, right? And all this sort of stuff. So I'll pray somewhere where there's nobody there, right? And she says, oh, how about this old church? She says, no, because it's going to turn it into a mosque. It has to be somewhere that's like desolate, whatever, out in the open, and all the people will build one, right? In honour of me, Omar, because blah blah blah, whatever, right? Whatever the rest of the story was, right? But then he found out, he asked this captain of these Romans or whatever, what the hell happened to the Jews? Where's the Jews? He goes, oh well, we killed a lot of them, and a lot of them ran away and took their gold with them, whatever. But we killed most of them, and some of the elites were allowed to leave, not come back, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, and he goes, what? And he goes, yeah, because they were like annoying. They were like rebellious, and they just wouldn't stop throwing stones at us. No matter how much we said stop throwing stones, they wouldn't stop throwing frickin' stones at us, right? So they put them to the sword, burnt their temple, mosque, or synagogue, whatever it was, their church, whatever they're in, right? And they're all gone. Well, I just listened to these guys, and they reckon there's a prison section for these black people that were there since 70 AD. It's like, well, he's not mentioning that in his lecture, okay? So, you got to go do your research, figure that one out yourself. He might be lying. Well, he reckons this Tazariak reckons he went to Israel, sat down with the brother, and he told him this. He showed him there's this prison section from AD 70, right? That's where they put them. So apparently these Jews are racist. These ones in Israel. That's what he's saying. It's not what I'm saying. So don't call me an anti-Semite. Call that dude an anti-Semite, right? He's the one that said it, right? Because it's based on fact. Okay, according to that dude. Anyway, there's a couple of other things that he says that I don't really agree with, and I was like, had a look at this here. I got nothing against the guy. Okay, he might be just an Israelite, or he might be claiming himself as a Hebrew Israelite. It's like, if you have a look at, I think it's 2 Kings. Yeah, I think it's 2 Kings 16. We'll have a look at it, right? Pretty sure it's 2 Kings. Where's Kings? I don't have the original version translated into English, so I'll have to find out where this one is. Okay. Where is it here? Okay, 2 Kings. I think it's 2 Kings 16:6, or it's 19 something. Huh? Try 16:6. Show you the difference between. There couldn't have been a Hebrew Israelite, Couldn't have been like that, right? One Kings, no one, I can't find it. One Kings. Okay. Pretty sure it's 2 Kings 16. 6:16 or 16:6. I'll get verified in a minute. Okay, 16:6. Ah, here we go. Yep, it's 2 Kings 16:6 in the King James version, I think it is. Okay. At that time, Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria. Right, it's a small town, I guess. He recovered these regions here, these townships, I suppose. Elath to Syria, and drove the Jews from, looks like, Elath. Yeah. And the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day. Okay, so that's that version, right? Let's try to find a normal, not Shakespearean version. Okay, it's not a Shakespearean version. Down here somewhere. We're done with it. Okay, where are you? Okay, so let's go NIV. Okay, it's at 2 Kings. Okay, 2 Kings 16. That's before Chronicles. Okay, 2 Kings 16. 16:6, wasn't it? 16:6. Yeah, 16:6. Okay, so I gotta get that forward a bit further on here. 16:6. Okay, NIV. Such small print in this little light. Okay, 6. Where are we? At that time, Rezin, king of Aram, recovered Elath for Aram by driving out the men of Judah. Edomites then moved into Elath and have lived there to this day. Okay, so you've got here, okay, 16:1. Oh yeah, Rezin, king of Aram, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, okay, marched up to fight against Jerusalem and besiege Ahaz, but they could not overpower him. At that time, Rezin, king of Aram, recovered Elath for Aram by driving out the men of Judah. Edomites that moved into Elath and have lived there to this day. Okay, so what they choose? Yeah, because at some point later on, this is from the Aramaic translator Victor N. Alexander, from his website, was saying that somewhere later on, the Jews decided to call the men of Yehuda or Judah or Judea, right? Judah, sorry. Decided to call themselves Jews, refer to themselves as Jews because of the first 2 letters in that word. In the German, it's Juden, right? Jews, Juden, right? Yeah, so he drove out the men of Judah, right? And then Edomites then moved in to Elath and have lived there to this day. So this king of this guy, king of Arameans, right? And Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, they teamed up, right, as a fighting force, and they kicked out the men of Judah, the Jews, and the Edomites moved in there, right? Who are Edomites, right? Are they like Gentiles or foreigners, or some sort of Arab? Because I think Herod, King Herod, the cruel King Herod, who opposed the birth of Christ, wanted to kill the infant. Apparently he was an Edomite. They're a mixture of Arab and Jew. I'm pretty sure of that. Okay, we can go have a look online to find what Edomite actually is. So people go, oh yeah, yeah. You just know what he's talking about. Okay, because you always define a word, right? Oh, and you learn how to spell it properly too. Edomite. Who was an Edomite? Okay. Let's just get a bit slow. Okay, who was an Edomite? An Edomite. Okay, that's about a prince. Who were the Edomites? With control over Edomite territory, Israel had access to the port of blah blah blah. Okay. Definition of Edomite. a member of a Semitic people inhabiting ancient Edom. The Semitic languages of Edomites, Edomite, blah blah blah. An inhabitant of the ancient kingdom of Edom. These people were hostile to the Israelites in Old Testament times. Okay, they were hostile to the Israelites, but according to that verse, a certain king of Israel, in the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah. No, that's not it. Maybe the wrong one again. In the 17th year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, Ahaz, the son of Jotham, king of Judah, began to reign. Blah blah blah. 16:6. At that time, Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria. Okay, so that's Rezin, king of Syria, and drove the Jews from Elath. It's right there. And the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day. So as Ahaz sent messages to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, saying, I am thy servant, blah blah blah. So that's what they did. They drove out the Jews and put the Syrians in there. Yeah, and the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day. Okay, Edomite Syrians. Apparently, Hitler, Herod was an Arab Jew. He was a half-breed, right? Yeah, he was an Edomite, wasn't he? Okay, according to the Bible. Right. So now we know who the Edomites were. Edomites. They were the Syrians, according to the Bible there. I'm pretty sure that's what it said. This is the, what's this one? It's the King James version. King James authorized version. Okay, versus the New International Version, 16:6. Okay, then Rezin, king of Aram, the Arameans, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, marched up to fight against Jerusalem and besieged Ahaz, but they could not overpower him at that time. Rezin, king of Aram, recovered Elath for Aram by driving out the men of Judah, or the Jews. Edomites then moved into Elath and have lived there to this day. Okay, so either one is right, one is wrong. Okay, well they're both right. Okay, so the Edomites, one says the Edomites, the other one says Jews, or the men of Judah. So they were Syrians, weren't they? Okay, according to the book, they were Syrians. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, it's not me saying it; it's what's saying in your versions, right? NIV. Okay, you don't believe me? Want to hear it again? Okay. 66. Yeah. Then Rezin, king of Aram, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, it's Arameans and Israelites, marched up to fight against Jerusalem and besieged Ahaz, but they could not overpower him at that time. Rezin, king of Aram, recovered Elath for Aram by driving out the men of Judah, the Jews. Okay, then the Edomites moved in there. Syrians. There you go. Argue that one away. Okay, so we'll have a look here. Okay, what do we know about the Edomites? The Edomites were the descendants of the biblical Esau, who was the son of Isaac and the grandson of Abraham. Esau was the twin brother of Jacob, the father of 12 sons, who became the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so they're not, they're Edomites. They're not, what's the other one? Oh gosh, I forgot the other one's name. Is it Jacobites? Israelites, some of they, they become, what does it say here? What do we know about the Edomites? The Edomites were the descendants of the biblical Esau, who was the son of Isaac and grandson of Abraham. Esau was the twin brother of Jacob, the father of 12 sons, who became the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so from out of Esau, see it here, folks. Esau, out of Esau, brother of Jacob, the father of 12 sons, became the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. Edomite Jews began to call themselves Hebrews and Israelites in 1860. Encyclopedia Judaica, 1971, volume 10, 23. Okay, remember, according to Jews today, Jesus is the greatest anti-Semitic of all people, which makes no sense because he is 100% Hebrew. Well, Galilean, spoke Galilean Aramaic. He called out the Jewish hypocrites and liars 2,000 years ago. Okay, could be a Christian's point of view, right? Okay, you got to find the evidence. Haman, I've heard of that name. Is it the one with Ruth? Esther? Who opposed them? Is that the same guy? I can't remember. Haman is another example of an Edomite, even worse, an Edomite from that vicious subfamily of Edom, the Amalekites. These people have always harboured a genocidal hatred of the covenant people of God. Haman was a prominent Edomite in the service of Medo-Persian rulers in the days of Queen Esther. Yeah, that guy, he really hated the Jews, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was that dude. Okay. Traditional enemies of the Israelites, the Edomites, were the descendants of Esau, who often battled the Jewish nation. Edom was in southeast Palestine, stretched from the Red Sea at Elath to the Dead Sea, and encompassed some of Israel's most fertile land. Edomites attacked Israel under Saul's rulership. King David would later defeat the rogue nation, annexing their land. So you got the Edomites, according to the NIV, or the King James Version. Syrians, got the men of Judah, Yehuda, Jews. Okay, they took it from the first two letters, 3 letters, maybe 4. Jew, they called themselves Jews later on, right? You got the Aramaeans, yeah, because it's their language they speak, Aramaean, whatever. Forefather was Aram, one of the descendants of Noah. And what was the other? Israel. Okay, so we'll have a look at that again. You got Edomite, right? Syrians, Israel, and Jews in that verse. So they're all separate. Okay? And it sounds like these Israelites, the Israelite nation, or Israel nation, right? Traditional enemies of the Israelites, the Edomites. Okay? Here we go. I have to go over that again, right? So-called Caucasians are the Edomites today. But what is the word Caucasian? See, this is where we've got to define the word. Okay, most black people say, well, it's a white man, it's a devil white man, right? Okay, let's see what it actually says. Meaning, okay? And this is why I get crap, because I go deep and check out the meaning, right? To find out what it's actually saying. I don't just go blah, 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 flap, flap, flap the lips. You know, make claims that aren't, and try to tell facts that aren't even true. What am I doing? I'm telling a whole lot of lies. If I'm doing that right, I haven't got the words defined, I've got misunderstood, so taken out of context. The Caucasian race, also Caucasoidopod, is an outdated grouping of human beings historically regarded as a biological taxon, which, depending on which of the historical race classifications is used, has usually included ancient and modern populations from all or parts of Europe, Western Asia, Central Asia, South Asia, North Africa, and the Horn of Africa. Okay. Here, dictionary.com. Caucasian definition, no longer in technical use. Okay, it's no longer in technical use. Of relating to or characteristics of one of the traditional racial divisions of humankind, marked by fair to dark skin, straight to tightly curled hair, right, and light to very dark eyes, and originally inhabiting Europe, parts of North Africa, Western Asia, and India. Who has the curly hair? Who has the tight curly hair? Not a white man, unless you go get a perm, or whatever, you know, made like that, you know. It's a black man, or it's a brown skinned man, you know. Caucasian definition, no longer in technical use. Of, relating to, or characteristic of one of the traditional racial divisions of humankind, marked by fair to dark skin. Okay, that could be light to dark, right? Straight, probably olive, yeah. Marked by fair to dark skin, straight to tightly curled hair, and light to very dark eyes, in originally inhabiting parts of North Africa, Western Asia, and India, and that's where you get Afro-Asiatic, right? What's the Afro-Asiatic language? Watch this and weep, right? I'll show you. This is what I found. Okay, Aramaic. Here we go. I've disappeared. Uncle Arthur, where did I go? Oh, John. Okay, as I say here, Aramaic is a language or group of languages belonging to the Semitic subfamily of the Afro-Asiatic language family. More specifically, it is part of the Northwest Semitic group, which also includes the Canaanite languages such as Hebrew and Phoenician. Okay, so geographic distribution: Levant, Fertile Crescent, Eastern Arabia. No such thing as Arabia because they're IE on the end, which is the N prefix. Okay, so let's go Eastern wandering, people wandering in desert region. Okay, linguistic classification: Afro-Asiatic, Semitic, West Semitic, Central Semitic, Northwest Semitic, Aramaic. Right. Okay, so let's go open this up. Put me there. Okay, go deeper in that one. Okay, get rid of me. Okay, here we go. Aramaic, Old Aramaic, Imperial Aramaic, blah blah blah. Script, Classical Syriac is the language or group languages of the ancient region of Syria. Okay. The region of Syria, Greater Syria, Palestine, or Levant. Right. It belongs to blah blah blah. Okay, and here's the Aramaic. What about the Aramaic? Okay. Historically and originally, Aramaic was the language of the Aramaeans. Okay. Supposedly in the Levant, and that sort of stuff, right? Okay. This is one that I've read. It's not the one that I actually looked at before, right? And said it was Afro-Asiatic in origin, right? Okay. I might find it here. Okay. This is what this one was. Oh, here we go. Where am I? Aramaic is the language or group of languages of the ancient region of Syria. Okay. Syria, Palestine, Levant. It belongs to the Northwest Semitic group of the Afro-Asiatic language family. Okay, where were they? Afro-Asiatic or Afro-Asiatic, also known as Afro-Asian. And in older sources at Hamito-Semitic or Semito-Hamitic is a large language family of about 300 languages that are spoken predominantly in West Africa, North Africa, the Horn of Africa, and parts of Middle East. I think I said. I'm not too sure. Yeah. So what's Afro? What is Afro-Asian? We'll have a look at that one. Yeah, Afro-Asian. Check on it. It's important. Afro-Asian. Afro-Asian. Okay, Afro-Asiatic. We're looking at Afro-Asian. What's that word? A large family of related languages spoken both in Asia and Africa. Afro-Asian language, so it was a mixture of Asia Minor and African. You know, not saying that they were Chinese or anything like that, or Asian. You know, the larger nation of Asia, because it was Asia Minor, right? Yeah, so these white-looking, fair-skinned people, I'll show you. Okay, one of them. Someone sent me a message, not bothered about that at the moment. Okay, we'll go, what's his name? Hang on, show you what they supposedly look like. Okay, let's say here, right, this guy here.
Before the scriptures are read.
Victor Alexander, right, can't really see his face.
Okay. Hello, this is Vic.
This is what guy from Mesopotamia who speaks Aramaic looks like today. Okay, that's what he looks like. Now, is that Afro-Asian? I don't think so. Well, he's got like, he's got old hair here. It's not really, it's white hair, right? You know, white man hair. It's not Afro, right? So he's not African Asian, is he? Okay, he's probably from Asia Minor, in the Middle East, of Levant, whatever, right? Because if I'm right in history, there was a group of people that occupied that land, let's say first for argument's sake, right? And then some people invaded it, you know, eventually outbred those people or killed them off, you know, stole their culture, their traditions, their belief system, whatever, adapted it and adopted it, changed it, you know, to suit them, whatever, right, and lived there happily, right, claiming that they were the original people of that land. And then a stronger force comes along and invades them, kills them off, interbreeds them, whatever, makes them slaves or whatever, right, have half-breeds. And then those people say, we are the true people of that land, right? We were here first. You know, and it goes down through the centuries to get, you know, maybe some Arabs, Islamic Arabs, that invaded it, took over, forced their culture, their traditions, their belief system on those people that were there, these, you know, Mesopotamians or whatever, or let's say the Persians did, right? History, you keep to the history, right? And they adapted and adopted it, right? So those people that came after started saying, we were originally there, we are the original people of that area, right? And then it goes on and on like that till today. They say, you know, someone who looks like this, right, says, we are the original people that that was our land, you know, got stolen from us, blah blah blah. When originally, historically, they weren't the first people there. You know, there's proof that they weren't the first people there. They were like invaders. Yeah, they took over and then stole, you know, whatever. Yeah, this is just an example. It's not saying this guy stole it, but you know, they moved in, you know, eventually outbred those guys, and then made claims, and then they got invaded and outbred, you know, intermarried, outbred, whatever, right? How it goes, you know, and it just went on and on and on like that. Okay, let's see what this person here. I'll put a comment. Oh, okay, something about Elvis. There's nothing really important. That it was something nasty, you know. But nah, it's alright. Lovely. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. So do you see the difference between? Okay. Where am I? Where am I? Way down here somewhere. Oh, where am I? Way down here somewhere. Oh, yeah, I am. Right. So now, do you see the difference between your modern versions? This is your NIV saying, I'm pretty sure it said Syrians, Judeans, and Israelites, or King of Israel. And in this King James version here, in Shakespeare speak, saying the Edomites. Okay, in definition, they probably mean the same thing, but different wording. That's what I'm getting at. It's different wording, right? Yeah, revised and retranslated or whatever into English by different people, different Bible societies, whatever. So there's a difference there. And then you'd probably get where did I go? Yeah, if I had the original. Let's go back here. This guy's book. Where's this guy's book?
Alexander.
Okay, we're gonna listen to what you're saying. No, sorry, Vic. Can I find that book cover? Okay, so if I had this book cover here, right? This book here, sorry. Right? And there's other translations of the Old Testament, right? It would probably say something completely different, right? But yeah, I'm betting that because I haven't seen this website for a while. You know, it's been down for a while, so I can't point to it. You know, take you to it and say this is exactly what it says. But I'm sort of assuming that it would say the Jews, right? The Judeans, the Yehuda, or whatever, you know, from that original Assyrian Aramaic or Assyrian translation into English, right? From that old scribal or old tongue that was used by the Old Testament prophets in that area, you know, written down by scribes in Edessa, compiled into one book apparently. All those Old Testament books compiled into one book by scribes in Edessa around about 800 BC, right? Okay. which would say that. And he says, we'll go back here. Again, can't really see his face here. Yeah, and as he says, somewhere along the way, the Yehudi, the Yehuda, the Judah, whoever, took the first two letters and formulated the name Jews. Right? They called themselves Jews. Okay? And that's where it stems from. Jews. But then in World War II, Germans called the group of Jews Juden, because the J is like a Y. That's why when they say yes, it's J-A. They're saying yeah, right? Yes, right? Yeah. But it does something Y-A-A-H, it's in the Hebrew Yah, or Yahweh. Okay. Yeah, look at how's it called? How's it called? Saving Private Ryan. When they're looking for that Ryan guy, amongst all those airmen, in all the villages. So they're yell out for his name, And I think they got some Jewish, the American soldiers got some German prisoners, right? Hands on the head, walking along. And his cheeky's got like the Star of David. Yeah, I think it's the Star of David. He's going, you didn't, giving them crap. Yeah. I mean, they couldn't do anything about it. Which is kind of weird because that means they must have known. Oh, I don't really know. Okay, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, so it's a bit of information there for you. So oh geez, I went and dropped it, did I? Okay, I'm going to give you a history on black. This movement, right? Let's just go. Hebrew Israelites, right? Go to back to Wikipedia. Information on it, right? So you know exactly who this sect or this cult is. Okay, get me out of the way again. Okay, this is Wikipedia. Wikipedia. Well, you go to any other website online, and you'll probably find someone's blog or website, whatever, is saying this exactly the same thing or something similar. Okay. It's a good source of information, etc., etc. But here I think you have to if you're going to put up some information that has to be accurate, correct, or else they question you. Maybe they'll put needs. We might have disambiguation or citation needed. Because you're not quite sure if that's exactly what. If it's exactly correct or it's fact or whatever. Okay, so let's say here, Black Hebrew Israelites. Black Hebrew Israelites, also called Hebrew Israelites, Black Hebrews, Black Israelites, and African Hebrew Israelites, are groups of African Americans who believe that they are the descendants of the ancient Israelites. To varying degrees, Black Hebrew Israelites incorporate certain aspects of the religious beliefs and practices of both Christianity and Judaism, though they have created their own interpretation of the Bible. Okay. Many choose to identify as Hebrew Israelites or Black Hebrews rather than Jews in order to indicate their claimed historic connections. Okay, they'll probably deny this and say, oh, right, a load of rubbish, it's Wikipedia, blah, 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 because they're the defenders of that movement, of that faith, right? And then they'll say, well, I truly am a black Jew, or the Hebrew, whatever, I'm this, I'm that, you're a Gentile, you don't know Hebrew, or whatever they're going to come at you with, right? Black Hebrew Israelites are not associated with the mainstream Jewish community. They actually don't like them, I think, say that they're fake, and all that sort of stuff according to the Word of God, whatever their sources. Black Hebrew Israelites are not associated with the mainstream Jewish community, and they do not meet the standards that are used to identify people as Jewish by the Jewish community. I'll prove that to you in a minute. They are also outside the fold of mainstream Christianity, which considers black Hebrew Israelism to be a heresy. What is a heresy? It's what they accuse Jesus of, being a heretic. Heresy in Christianity denotes the formal denial or doubt of a core doctrine of the Christian faith as defined by one or more of the Christian churches. They'll say, yeah, that's the white man. You're getting it from the white man, you know? White man's book. What are they referring to? Oh, it's a black man's book. No. You know, originally it was the black man's book. Well, you know, if you got proof, you show it, and then I'll believe you, right? Take you seriously. Okay. Find me a book in Africa that everything's based on that. You know, without a doubt, the white man's plagiarized. You know, say that about the white man doing that, the Jew doing that to the Egyptians, then they must have done it to the black man as well, right? If there's a black book that says basically everything that's in the Bible, you know, maybe names have changed, whatever. Yeah, so prove it. Find it and show me it and prove it. Okay, establish that fact is fact. Okay, so where were we? The Hebrew Israelite movement originated, this is where they began, right? They originated at the end of the 19th century when Frank Cherry and William Saunders Crowley both claimed to have received visions that African Americans are descendants of the Hebrews in the Bible. Cherry established the Church of the Living God, the pillar ground of truth for all nations, in 1886, and Crowley founded the Church of God and Saints of Christ in 1896. So, okay, so what I got to question, probably this might not even be related to these US Hebrew Israelites like Captain Tazariak, the other guy, what's his name, is it Hazar or something? All those other ones, right? That you see on YouTube, okay? So I've got to prove that, right? Verified that it's actually them. Okay, yeah, Crowley founded the Church of God and Saints of Christ in 1896. Consequently, black Hebrew groups were founded in the United States during the late 19th and the early 20th centuries, from Kansas to New York City, by both African Americans and West Indian immigrants. In the mid-1980s, the number of black Hebrews in the United States was between 25,000 and 40,000. Black Hebrew Israelism is a non-homogeneous movement with a number of groups that have varying beliefs and practices. Various sects of black Hebrew Israelism have been criticized by academics for the promotion of historical revisionism. What's that? Okay, the term identifies the reinterpretation of an historical account. It usually involves challenging the orthodox views held by professional scholars about a historical event or time span or phenomenon, and probably introducing other, right? Okay, according to the Anti-Defamation League, that's the Jews, right? You know, you can't say anything anti-Semitic, right? Black people say, well, that's, you know, coming from Shem, the Shemites. That word is Captain Tazariak says. Some, but not all, sects of the black Hebrew Israelites, sects, S-E-C-T-S, are outspoken anti-Semites and racists. It's according to the ADF, Anti-Defamation League, ADL. As of December 2019, the Southern Poverty Law Center lists 144 black Hebrew Israelites organizations as black separatist hate groups because of their anti-Semitic and anti-white beliefs. Former KKK Grand Wizard Tom Metzger once remarked to the Southern Poverty Law Center, they're the black counterparts of us. Well, that's what Tazariak, Captain Tazariak, was basically saying. They went on a white radio and he saw whatever he saw, and basically they were saying these black people, these black Hebrew Israelites, are the counterpart of us. You know? He was talking about soft KKK version and this hard version, and they said, yeah, they're basically them. Okay, here's their history. The origins of the black Hebrew Israelite movement are found in Frank Cherry and William Saunders Crowley, who both claimed that they had revelations in which they believed that God told them. It's always the case, isn't it? That African Americans are descendants of the Hebrew and the Christian Bible. Cherry established the church, blah blah blah. Okay, it goes on about the late 19th century, claiming they are the Their followers propagated the claim that they were the biological descendants of the Israelites. During the following decades, many more black Hebrew congregations were established. And it goes on and on. Okay, so this must be them, or a form of them. Okay. The group sometimes employs street preaching to promote their ideology. Sidewalk ministers sometimes employ provocation to advance a message that is often anti-Semitic, racist and xenophobic. This primarily gained notice in the news through their street preaching targeted towards the students of Covington Catholic. Videos showed them calling them racists, bigots, white crackers, faggots and incest kids. They also alluded to the film Get Out, telling an African American that they would harvest his organs. They also alluded to the sex abuse scandal. Well, that's just a movie, you know. Yeah, harvesting organs, yeah, sure, people used to do that, still do it probably. But yeah, it's a movie about a black guy that had a white girlfriend and the parents are dodgy, you know. It was all a setup. Yeah, it's just a movie. Okay, during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, dozens of black Hebrew organizations were established. Okay, and it goes on and on and on. Okay, there's different factions of it, or their claims, I suppose. Okay. There's a lot of information there. Okay. List of black Hebrew Israelites. Okay, they'll say, "Oh, this is a white man. A white man wrote it to discredit us." Oh, load of crap. You're a white man discrediting us. What a load of crap. I'm a Maori, bro. I'm a Maori, you know. I'm like exposing the shit, you know, all the bullshit. To put it bluntly, to put it straight to the point, all the bull dung, mate. All the bull dung. Okay, here's all the list of them. Chingy, wasn't he a rapper? Yeah, Chingy. Yeah, he was a Hebrew Israelite, right? I don't know, Kodak Black, I don't think that is. All rappers and singers, right? All getting into it, and that's why Ice Cube's getting into it, right? They've convinced that dude, and this ISUPK, whatever, saying yeah, we influenced them, blah blah blah. It's because of us. Yeah, okay. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Okay. These are all black people. Yeah. Oh, this guy. He just said about this guy. He's like, he wanted to kill everybody, you know. Black supremacist, guns and all that sort of stuff, convicted criminal. He's the one that was mad. He wanted to kill everybody. Killer priest, yeah. Okay. What are his names? Zab Judah. Okay, fair enough. All using that Judah name. Daniel Judah, Daniel Jew, Josiah Jew, Yoel Jew. Yeah. Okay. It's like Arabs. What's my name? Abdul Muhammad. What's your name? Isaac Muhammad. What's your name? Ishmael Muhammad. You know, all, you know, because they think by using that name they're going to get some special gift from, from the prophet probably. Yeah. Blessings or whatever. However they think the blessings or whatever from the using the prophet's name as their last name or whatever. Very popular name. I guess it's the name Jesus or Jesus is in Mexico. Okay. Okay, so that's a little history of them. Yeah. You got to watch their videos. You know, I don't believe they're of God. You know, they're not really filled with that Holy Spirit. They're just like, you know, oh, we've got to show ourselves approved. You know, knowledgeable. We know it all, sort of thing. You know, they're not truly filled with the Holy Spirit. They're not truly born again, born from above, renewed mindset. You know, like that article there just said they, you know, they're a power of their own. You know, they twist things and, you know, to fit their religious sect, right? What they believe. It's their perception, their opinion, their view, their understanding of it. You know, make all these claims. Okay, sometimes they might be able to back it up. It might just fit. You know, we can twist it and say, yeah. You know, here's the proof. Yeah, you know, and good on the black people for trying to find their identity wherever they can. You know, good on them because they've been oppressed for so many years and all that sort of stuff. You know, just yeah, good on you, you know. Okay, so yeah, I'm not a white person or a cracker or whatever, Gentile or whatever you're throwing at me through YouTube. So I'm light skinned, brown skinned, right? Half breed, whatever. I'm a Maori. You know, I'm not no Gentile, so don't call me that. You know, probably got some root because Gerald Massey, you know, some people won't take him seriously. He actually wrote a book in about 1889, The Origins of the Hebrew and the Maori language, right? And then he compares it. Okay, we'll go there. What's it called? Oh my goodness, what's it called again? I think it's called this. So we probably got more connection to them than, you know, or just as much as a black person, African person has, right? Through this book, through this translation that he did of these ancient texts. Okay, yeah, I think it's this one. I'm not sure. Internet Archive. Pretty sure this is the one. Yeah, okay, just get me out of the way. Okay, Origin. He spells it funny. Can't remember if that's the actual title or the name of the book. Going there, what? What? Oh, come on, man. Egyptian and Maori. Oh, we'll just go Gerald Massey because maybe it doesn't recognise the title. Yes, and say, history of Gerald Massey was a Homo Theosophist. What's that thing called? Theosophy or something. Okay, and all that cult stuff that what's her name was in. What the hell was her name? That Blavatsky woman. Yeah, he's of that cult. Okay, see if I can find it here. Okay, where the hell is it? Oh my goodness. It's here somewhere. Where are you? Oh my gosh. Can't remember what it was. See if it comes up there. Nope. I know it's there. So I found it. Okay, maybe it might be better for me to go to my videos and find it. Hell of a lot easier. Okay, won't be a minute. Way down here somewhere. Go to the next page. Play it for you. Yeah, it's an ebook I found. It's like, wow, really? Somewhere down here in my 130 videos. Okay, where the hell is it? Over here somewhere. I know it's here somewhere. Yeah, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. No, no. Here we go. African origins of the. Let me just go look at this one. Okay. Here we go. Using that because my name is quite hard to pronounce. People have trouble with it. Skip that. Try to go to that. Supposedly he was a evolutionist, but yeah, he translated many of these. Jeez, I want to go a bit further. Okay, Book of the Beginnings. That was what it was called. With Egypt for the mouthpiece and Africa as the birthplace. As I found from sacredtext.com, okay, have a look at that one. Got a bookmark. In regards to African religion, it's saying here, it says here at that site under Africa, ultimately we, all humans, are all Africans. Studies of mitochondrial DNA have proven that all human beings are descended from a small population, less than 100 individuals, that emerged from Africa about 60,000 years ago. Okay. And to back that up, because if you're going to make a claim, or there's a claim made, you have to back it up. So I have this giant King James Bible. Right? It's got the it's got a concordance, an index, art from the master painters, and books on the Bible. It explains each book. Okay, and so you got, like, I don't know if you can see it. You might make me bigger, just for a second here. Make me way bigger. Here we go. You might be able to see it, you might not. Right. You got paintings like this, massive paintings, right from the masters. I guess that's Daniel in the lion's den. Okay. Here's another one here. The fiery furnace, I think that they were in. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Yeah, it's a brilliant book. It actually belonged to some children, one of the children that came here. Maybe got it from his grandma. And I thought, well, he's not really going to use it. It's going to get destroyed or whatever. How children are drawn all over, whatever. Okay, we'll skip that. And we'll go to this book, right? Aotearoa. Okay, that's like Akkadian Assyrian. And Maori. Okay. So, I thought, well, okay, let's be a bit flexible here. Is it first just like, is it saying Maori as in New Zealand Maori? Maybe it might be talking about Maori, right? There's another group of, in history it's called Maori, the Maori people, right? And it might end up being the Mauritians or whatever that name of that is, their places. From Mauritius or something. And it might have been those people there, the Maori. See? Well, that's, nah, I don't think so, because they're supposed to be unique people and all that. So there's only one group in the world that I know of that have that name, that title. So I thought, oh yeah, I'll look into it further. And then okay, here's the index here. What's the index? Here's the contents here, contents page. And I was browsing through that, see where I can read more on. And I came down here to the 22nd chapter, African Origins of the Maori, 535. So we'll go there. 535. 534. Just flip to the next page. Go up. Okay, make it bigger so you can see. Book of the Beginnings, Maori, right? Egyptian is the Maori language, Egyptian, okay? Most of our words we use today, I'm not well versed in Aotearoa or this language, but the Maori language. Well, not this new modern one, but I don't speak the original, right? Okay. Tuhoi, or whatever. Okay, I don't speak that fluently. Okay, and here's the Egyptian, as I was saying. See, here, Ra, sun god, monarch, day of the west as a place of sunset. So that's in the Maori language. And here in the Egyptian, Ra, sun god, king, day, ruha, evening, right? So, okay, there's a similarity, right? Similar, but anyone out there can say, oh, well, it's not the same, as they do. Okay. We've got Rahui with an A mark to warn people against trespassing in case of tapu, that's sacred ground, sacred burial ground, and for protection. Okay. They've got Rehui, if that's how you say it in ancient Kemet or the Meduneta. Rehui, twin lion gods which kept the boundary as is that turn versus back. I'm not really sure that one. Twin lions. Yeah, I'm not sure what that one's actually saying. Raka, to entangle, be entangled. Arc, to weave a noose envelope. Okay, Rako. And albino, fog, whiten. See, very similar. Huh? The owl guy. Oh, I can't really see this. Is it Rangai? I said, look, can't really see it. So small, make it bigger. Okay. Yeah, Rangai. Herd, flock. Renu, cattle, Kawi herd. Yeah. Very much the same. Yeah, a lot of the words, not every word's going to be exactly the same, but it gives you a fair idea. Of what I'm trying to get at. Ta, mallet, more, ta, the head of a mallet. Is that tai? Or ta-i, tai? Okay, ta. Go in a boat, arrive, reach the utmost limit, be reached. Okay, that must be tai. Yeah, it's tai. Go in a boat, arrive, reach the utmost limit, be reached. Go in a boat, navigate across. Yeah, same, very much the same. Okay. So yeah, that proves that the Maori were in Egypt. They possibly could have been Egyptians, you know, they come out of there and sailed onward, you know, went to the Hawaii Key, dropped off, you know, were there for a while. What's the other island where we got all those big, massive ass statues, and then they made too many statues and it just killed the environment. You know, there's no trees, nothing, you know, all this starved again. Yeah, what's this? Okay. Is that Polynesian? Okay. And it's got a quote here. No, some words, sorry, and some information. Some more information here. Yeah. Maori language. Yeah, because apparently Maori say we were in, originally from Hawaii, went to Hawaii or Hawaii, and then sailed to Pacific, dropped off some brothers, different islands, Pacific Islands, like Samoa, Tonga, whatever, Fiji, Rarotonga, whatever. Yeah, and then finally found Aotearoa, or New Zealand, landed on a long white cloud, and settled there, but apparently they found other people on there. Supposedly the Celtics were there, and that's where a lot of their carvings and that came from, the designs. And you see, yeah, ancient Celtic tattoos and stuff, according to one guy that's done the research around New Zealand, all the different rocks and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's got all this information here. Lots of it.
I had an Assyrian lady I was talking to for a while who said that it's never been recorded that there's no proof that the Maori left Africa. And then I found a piece of information in there that said they left Africa. They
You can
from
have
that
a look
book.
at it in your own time if you like. I'll put the link to the website. Yeah. And you can have a look at it. A very sacred relic of antiquity was shown to Sir George Grey. He was the governor, wasn't he? In the middle of Aotearoa Lake during his visit in 1866. Some very interesting information there. And that's why I wondered, someone that I was once associated with, when they shaved, they had that undercut, you know, it's shaved but it's really long. Yeah, they actually look a hell of a lot like an Egyptian. You know, it's like looking at the Scorpion King. Yeah,
I'm not going to name who it was because, you know, someone might know them and you get told them, and it's pretty rude. They may not appreciate that. They may not. But yeah, okay. As to the name of the ceremony, Ariki, I always thought that was Christ. It's supposed to be Christ, you know, when they marry church. It says here, as to the name of the ceremony, Ariki Maori is the title of the firstborn. So yeah, it could apply to Christ. Okay. Yeah, probably does. Okay. It's got some mention here of Abraham or Abram. Now, when the child Horus transformed into the second or virile character, he became the Sheru, the pubescent adult and hairy god, Kem Horus. And it can be shown that in their rites, the Australians, Tasmanians, or what that would be the Australians, the Aborigines, and New Zealanders were enacting the drama of mythology according to the Egyptian characters. One word in Maori would of itself tell the whole tale. Hara is the name of the male member, the masculine metal, papilla on the skin. The Waturna, and the ceremony concludes by the men of all tussle and use, etc. etc. Yeah, so you might find that interesting as they marry. Okay. Share history, you know, relating to the Egyptians, that you were there, you know, that your ancestors were there originally. As the guy said, this guy was telling you, you know. And the guy brought up years and years ago. Really, really interesting stuff. I think this nice man Steve at Unitech would be really interested in this, or he's probably already seen it, I'm not really sure. But yeah, I think he'd find this fascinating. He knows who he is. At Unitech, we're still there. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so yes, enough of me, enough of that. I'll finish here and I'll leave the link at the bottom of this video. If you like it, you Maori out there like it, then give me a thumb, subscribe, and leave your comments below, you know, whether you liked it or you know, give me some more information on it. That'll be great, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically the book by Gerald Massey that I found, mentioning about the Maoris, Book of the Beginnings, and that he actually says in it the Maoris left Africa. The Egyptian wording and the Maori wording language is very, very similar. Okay, there's changes in it, but we could be more Egyptian than the African man, you know. We could be the original Egyptians. You know, the remnant took off, you know, sailed away, you know, or a group of them sailed away and ended up at the bottom of the world, you know, Aotearoa, New Zealand. You know, it takes a bit more studying and stuff like that. I could be more black than the black people, you know. Yeah, it could be like that, but yeah, it needs more research, more evidence, okay. But that's what Gerald Massey found, okay. That's what he found. Shaka Amos, if you know, out there and you read this, you'd be blown out of your wig. Well, you don't have a wig, you know. You'll be like blown away. Okay. A video book review on Gerald Massey's book Origins, because he spells it Origins, in the Hebrew, Akkadian, Assyrian, and Maori, and Egyptian. Don't forget the Egyptian there. Written in the 1800s, which contain both Maori words used today and ancient Egyptian words. Okay, no one's put a comment. Okay. Yeah, so somebody out there that's brilliant at this sort of stuff, you know, have a look at it, read it. It's on, use the links here, somewhere around here. Right there, look, Book of Beginnings. Read up on it, man. Because we may be the original Egyptians. We may be able to lay claim to that. But as I said, it needs to be proven. Okay, we might be descendants of the original Egyptians. Yeah, more Egyptian than any of you guys out there, you know. But you guys are knowing this stuff, you know, because you're the African, part of the African movement, that, or people that, descendants, whatever, that was still there, you know, and then become slaves and whatever. You know what I mean? And you went through all that crap. Yeah, so it could be brothers, bro, marriage, you know, and US Negros. Oh, how brilliant. Okay, yeah, so I'm just as black Hebrew as you black Hebrews, probably, or black Egyptian or whatever, you know, and ancestry. Yeah, so be nice. Okay, catch you later.